This is one of the worst rated horror games on Steam of all time. Apparently the game is even so buggy that chances are you won't make it to the end without the whole thing crashing. Steam is the biggest game platform in the world and has millions upon millions of users every day, but despite that there's currently only one player on this game, and that player is me because I'm about to try it. Wish me luck, what could possibly go wrong? So first off, just while we're loading in, this description looks like it was written by ChatGPT. Like, John, seriously, we could have picked any name in the world and we picked John. So the cutscenes of this game are by far not its strong suit.
Maybe it was a strong wind coming through the window again, or something like that.
Do you think I'm making this up?
And for whatever reason, the volume of their voices will just get louder at random moments.
I'm not going to ask him.
That was in the past.
Have you forgotten about what happened?
Leave it be.
So I guess that was actually kind of a jump scare. My first objective was to close the balcony door, followed by turning the tap off in a bathroom that had non-functional mirrors. I was actually kind of purposely looking at the mirrors I walked past since I wanted to get jump scared or just anything to happen really. But things really took a turn when I decided to head to bed for the first time.
Well, Johnny, it's time for us to get to know each other.
What?
So yeah, this game's voice acting is not its strong suit either. Anyway, we woke up outside in the freezing cold and apparently we must live in some type of military camp because we are surrounded by metal fences.
Welcome to my world.
What is that supposed to mean?
Also, there was this constant squeaking noise that I thought were the trees, but they weren't moving, so I think John might need a doctor or something because his bones don't sound healthy at all. I saw two people and wanted to go talk to them, but this guy was not very friendly.
Get the fuck out of here, punk.
But his friend did seem a little bit nicer and kindly pointed me towards a door which didn't even open. I decided, alright, maybe I need to look for a key or something, but I got distracted by a dog who looked like a very good boy.
Death will not awaken you, Johnny.
Alright, he was not a very good boy at all. Finally, I found this old man who very kindly told me the developers of the game were German.
Go to the top floor.
Right there, exactly.
Not once, but twice.
It's him.
For whatever reason, after learning German, the door started working for me all of a sudden, so I headed inside for my next task.
A surprise awaits you real soon, Johnny.
Also, yeah, these dogs by now are definitely not friendly. I'm sorry for trying to say hello to you.
Crap!
Despite John's close brush with death, he sounded pretty nonchalant about the whole thing.
What do you think, Johnny? Why do these elevators always appear to be in your dreams?
I don't know.
And after putting in a lot of effort to escape the elevator, I was met with some people who, apparently between slab squatting in the apartment hallways, really like to steal the non-existent food out of my fridge.
Do you have anything to eat at home?
No.
And what if we find some?
So naturally we made a run for it and we ended up back in our own apartment, which was actually kind of interesting because for the first time so far in this game we actually got a dialogue option.
Why did you bring them to my apartment? Jack will be here any minute. Go away.
Who is this Jack? You're my wife. I mean, you want to kill me?
I'm your wife? So what? I sleep with him on Tuesdays. Don't you remember?
But there was a time limit on this though, so I quickly skimmed through them and decided that I was going to play this seriously, and I picked the second one. Excited to hear John speak the words that I'd so meticulously picked out.
I'm so sick of you, Jane. I won't turn a blind eye to you sleeping around anymore.
John, however, decided he wanted to go with the first option, so I guess my marriage is ruined now. I snapped back to reality and my wife was gone. All I had to do now was explore this apartment and hopefully find a way out. I tried calling 911, but that didn't work out so well.
They want to kill me. They're breaking the door.
Here, phone wire. Cut it.
So I checked out this room, which actually to its credit did look kind of scary. So much in fact that I decided I wanted out, so I headed over to the balcony door that I'd so responsibly closed before going to sleep, and it was a dead end. I thought maybe I needed to jump over or something, but I couldn't work out what button it was. No worries though, a quick trip to the settings menu would ideally reveal everything. But unfortunately for me, all it revealed was the fact that you can't change your settings or even look at them. After about 5 more minutes of looking around this apartment, I realized the exit was up, which was also a shame because it led to my death. Or so I thought.
John,
What happened?
wake up! You went to the balcony and began climbing over the railing. What's wrong with you?
You know what, Jane? Pack your things and get out. I still can't forget you slept with Jake. I can't live with you as if nothing happened.
The next section was just another few minutes of unfortunate dialogue.
What do you want from me? Do you want us to sacrifice our cat to you?
I'll come to you wherever you are.
And also some very interesting physics. Followed by waking up in yet another mysterious room. After taking a brief look around, I found a door with writing that mirrored pretty much my exact emotions so far playing this game, and I also found a set of doors that played fax machine noises from 1998 every time I opened them. This door said money, which is something I'll never say no to, so I headed through it and unfortunately found a severe lack of it anywhere to be seen at all. Yeah, I'm not gonna touch that one. So as far as puzzle rooms go, this actually wasn't the worst gameplay experience in the world, although I'm pretty sure I was taking too long because the game decided to give me a random hint. With this brilliant newfound knowledge and only entering the doors which had things that would scare John, I'd almost made it to the top, and then this happened.
Waken you, Johnny.
Because of my recent balancing errors, the game rightfully deduced that I have the mechanics of an 85-year-old grandma and tried dumbing down the puzzle for me even more. So eventually, with every single piece of assistance in the world, I spawned the magic staircase and made it up into the pain room.
Dang. Oh, that smells so bad. What kind of people do that? They didn't even flush. Everything around me has been falling apart since I was a kid. How many times have I forsworn touching things that I can break?
Honestly, for a brief moment in that last room, I forgot what game I was playing.
This really sucks. Some demon is controlling me.
Anyway, it looks like I made it through the night alive. I decided I wanted to make a phone call, but that wasn't allowed, so after checking the bathroom, probably the weirdest sequence of events in this game so far took place. First of all, John must be having a really hard time processing all of this because at some point in the last 24 hours he's decided to bleach his hair. And then after this brief jump scare, I was greeted by what can only be explained as one of the greatest cinematic masterpieces of our lifetime so far.
Grab him!
I'm not gonna lie, I don't see a huge difference between option 1 and 3 here, but taking out the jack sounds pretty funny, so I'm gonna go with that one. Also, it looks like at this point into the game they've just completely given up on subtitles. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, I was kind of enthralled despite everything. It was kind of like a car crash, I really just couldn't take my eyes away, and I also wanted to see where we ended up. So anyway, this subtitle was not going away and the elevator wasn't working despite being highlighted, so I kind of got a bit worried that I'd actually just broken the game at this point. But I made my way up the staircase at an incredibly slow pace and was greeted with this.
And here are the steers from your nightmares.
After climbing 2 more ladders, I got sucked into this cutscene, and yes, by the way, this entire thing was a cutscene. I was not touching my controls at all this entire time. So I'm just going to speed this up to save y'all from what I went through. After what felt like an eternity, I finally regained control of my character, but to my dismay, when I was greeted with this little balancing part, which I actually kind of got excited for, it just snapped me back into a cutscene. That's alright, I'm sure it's not going to do it again. Okay, I'm not sure if this is just what happens every time you play through the game or if the game just didn't trust me specifically because of previous balance related incidents, but I digress. Because at this point I kind of just felt like I was watching a movie that had a bunch of loading screens in it.
When will this all end?
I'm going to leave that, that would be too easy. I made my way down what seemed like the world's longest hallway, and then...
I wonder where will you go? Left? Why not to the left?
That was the actual dialogue in the game, by the way. It really seemed like he wanted to go left, so I went left. I then came across this bridge that said don't look up, so, you know, naturally.
Is it? What is that supposed to mean?
I genuinely didn't even know this cutscene was over, by the way, because I could not see a thing at all. But that's alright, easy fix, I'll just go into my settings and turn the brightness up. I honestly don't know why I thought that option would be in here. Maybe I'm just holding out hope. I genuinely do not know at this point, but let's continue. I managed to find the one functional window in this game so far, and I think I accidentally broke the dialogue.
I wonder where will you go? Left? Oh, right. I wonder where will you go?
I am genuinely lost at this point. And the subtitles again. And also the player models somehow. I don't think he's meant to be that small. I hopped in the elevator with my two new subtitle friends who wouldn't seem to leave me alone, and I am not kidding when I say this elevator took longer than most real life elevators that I've been on. I tried walking up the stairs again, but I was greeted by an invisible wall, so instead I made my way back into the apartment where it all started, where John, the main character, comes face to face with a child version of himself and regrets not standing up to his father as a kid. There's also this dialogue with Jack over the phone where the player learns to stand up for himself, which was almost very touching until this happened.
You've been my friend, but you've acted like a rat having slept with Jane. Just realized how stupid I was when I promised not to tell your wife about it. Oh, how stupid I am. I take my words back, Jack. I hate you.
We then respawn outside of our apartment once again, and after a fairly lengthy dialogue, we learn how to fly.
Fly, Johnny.
With our newfound abilities, we end up on the roof of the apartment complex, where we come face to face with the man who's apparently our boss spectating a zombie cage match. I wanted to pick a dialogue option here, but it had bugged out and was spinning my entire screen with the mouse, so I ran out of time, but luckily the text just didn't proceed without me, so thank you, game. I'm not entirely sure what happened next, but I chose to watch, and I'm pretty sure I either had an out-of-body experience or my boss punched me in the head, or maybe both. After this fade to black, we wake up back in our apartment where John has once again bleached his hair and is absolutely demolishing an entire bottle of wine. With spectacular technique, I might add, and all of this was capped off by the credit scene.
Ask them not to refund the game. Thank the player for playing our game. Smile and wave.
Now, I wanted to leave you all with a very important message. While this game was an absolute load of fuck, the developers took all the criticism and capped at it over the next couple of years, and most notably, their most recent release has been met with largely positive reviews. When I started making videos, they sucked, and honestly, parts of them still do suck. But over time, you're gradually going to get better and better, and then one day you're going to look back at your past work and you won't even recognize it because of how far you've come. So, you know, just go out and make stuff. Alright, that's the video. Subscribe for more. Have a good day. Bye.